All right, all right, all right. Excuse me. Ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, idealists and visionaries. I'm your boy Ideal Tone, and I'm here to make it known that we are back and we are live. Give me a second. I'm sorry. We are back and we are live, and it's good to be back. And we are here for another episode of Binge or Cringe, the podcast where we talk about anime, animation, and all forms of things that come from anime and animation. So let's get to it. What's up, No?
What's going on?
Not much, man. Glad to have you here.
You know, do what we can.
Yeah, you know, now being on Cobalt and his stupid butt.
Yeah, old man. He's got his old man duties, churchly duties.
Churchly duties, wow.
Churchly duties. Good old Nacho Libre. If you know, you know.
And if you don't know, you know, figure it out.
Go watch it. Like Binge or Cringe, go watch it.
Yeah, so we're here today. All right, today's episode, we are here to talk about Don Season 2. Now, when it comes to Don, bro, let's be real. When it first came out, the very first episode, it started off really good. And then towards the end is where the controversy came in for some people who wanted, who right then and there was like, all right, I'm not going to watch it, or I'm going to continue watching because this is nothing new from the norm. Okay? Anybody who's watched anime since the beginning knows that anime has weird fan service.
Severely.
So, in the first episode, okay, and here's the thing, it wasn't even really, it was kind of bored. It was fan service, and then it got weirder when it wasn't fan service, when the aliens was talking about taking their reproductive organs or whatever. So, which was more of a joke because it didn't happen anyway.
Talking about finger popping each other's assholes. What?
Yeah.
Couldn't say nothing.
No, you're taking it too far, bro.
I'm sorry.
But anyway, regardless of that, the fact of the matter is, when all that came into play, like we talked in the first episode when it came to Binge or Cringe, people were split in two. There were people that were like, okay, that's just too messed up and blah, blah, blah. And there were people like, okay, this has come to be the norm, or this is not the first time we've heard or seen something like this within anime. There are anime that have done it, or worse, or darker. For example, dang, what's the name of it? Berserk. Berserk is beyond messed up, bro. Berserk is beyond messed up. Goblin Slayer.
You talk about that. You talk about that. I'm talking about the Baki episode with the caveman. That threw me off real bad, real quick.
Bro, see, these things happen in anime. Scene. These things happen in anime. And the crazy thing is, these things happen in anime just like they happen in real life, just like they happen in live action TV shows that are based on fiction. These things happen, okay? Sometimes it's just part of the story. There's no getting around it. Now, if you continue to watch it, that's your choice. If you from then and there and it turns you off and you're like, okay, I'm not going to watch it, cool. What I didn't like was that people were trying to encourage people not to watch it because of here's the thing. Not everybody gets traumatized by stuff like that. And don't get me wrong, it's not a narrative that should be harped on, but that's like watching SVU Special Victims Unit or something like that, and not expecting to see at least one episode regarding rape or some type of sexual offense or something. You know what I mean? Like, am I wrong? Like, tell me. Like, you know what you get. You know what you get into when you sign up for it.
You know what you're getting into, yeah.
And here's the thing.
Except for that Baki episode in the airport. You know,
even then, it was in the manga. They're always in the. These things are always usually in the manga or the light novels or whatever, webtoon or whatever. It's always in the series before it comes to animation. And for those who strictly watch anime, I get that you were caught off guard. But those who read the manga, and already knew about it and didn't have a problem. Like y'all just weird for me. I know some people who were like that. Like, but moving on from there, season 2 of Don and I kicks off with them going to Gigi's house. If you don't know who Gigi is, Gigi was the new character introduced in the previous season who Momo Ayase had a crush on. She had a crush on when they were kids. Granted, now we'll get to that, but now she don't really have a crush on him anymore. It was just more of a kid crush. And they grew up together. They were friends, they were kids, they went to the same school, same neighborhood, yada, yada, yada. And Gigi's a good looking guy, but he's a real goofball. Like right now, he's beyond goofy.
Oh, honestly, I love his character, bro. He's just hilarious.
He's such a goofball. Yeah, talk to the people. No, give me a sec.
No. Well, in reality, Gigi's character, he just we're gonna express on what happens with him soon, but his character seems kind of dialed down throughout the series of the season 2. But in reality, just, watch. You'll see his character progression, even though he is a goofball. In all honesty, season 2, he's probably my favorite character. I wonder where he went. I'll tell you one thing, I wasn't ready for that house that they went to. Very creepy.
Sorry about that. I'm back. I had to get the door.
Too. Oh, gotcha.
But yeah, so, but now one thing that's about to irritate me. Where is Cobalt?
You don't know? I was talking to them about how the character progression of Gigi later in the series gets pretty good. Season 2.
Yeah. And to be honest with you, he wasn't the only one. All the characters introduced right now are introduced currently to that point from season 1 had some form of character progression within season 2.
Okay.
That's Momo Ayase, that's Okaroon, that's what's the other girl's name? I can't think of her name.
You got me on that one, bro.
The other girl, whatever her name is.
Yeah.
I don't know. And Gigi.
Mm-hmm.
And I won't even. And the grandmom, she didn't really have progression, but she's one of the characters that will have progression probably as of right now because she's the guide. She's the guidance for them.
How you say? She has character progression, but in another way. She's been used to doing what she's been doing for a long time, and then just seeing her in season 2, like in certain points, you see that she basically not gives in, but she's surprised by certain characters and just lets them try to do everything they can for what they believe in.
Right. Well,
and I don't think.
Oh no, go ahead. No, my bad.
Oh, I'm just saying. Usually, I wouldn't think that she would let that happen, but And
normally, she probably wouldn't, but I think she's trying to give them some form of space to grow.
Mm-hmm.
But moving on, the first thing that happens, like I said, they go to visit Gigi's house. Gigi's house is haunted or possessed or something. But there's more to it than just that. There's
severely.
Yeah. Like there's multiple things going on within Gigi's household. There's this giant ancient worm god creature spirit that protects the land, but it needs sacrifices. And then there's another evil god being creature or whatever, or in the same area. Like there's too much in under Gigi's house and in Gigi's house. There's too much going on. There's too much going on, bro.
Man, they got an ugly ass family that need to just creep me the fuck out.
But the family, they were the ones doing the sacrifices for the worm god, because they believe the worm god. They believe the worm god was protecting the house, was protecting the land, which technically it was, but at the cost of sacrifices for years and millennia. You know, and not just that. Like that family would apparently they were living for centuries because of the worm god's power. It gets too much, and then the other being or apparition or whatever that lived in Gigi's house, what's he called? Eye or something like that?
Oh, the
one
evil eye.
Evil eye. The evil eye, right? Ends up possessing Gigi.
Story, man.
Ends up possessing Gigi. Story. It is a sad story. The evil eye definitely has a sad story background. But at the same time, he is evil.
Yeah, he was cursed.
He wants to destroy the world. He wants to kill everyone. Yeah. But he ends up possessing Gigi, sensing that Gigi's like the perfect host. Which Gigi kind of is. Gigi's very athletic. He's tall, muscular, has a very athletic build. You know what I mean? So he technically is like the perfect host. So takes over Gigi's body. And at this point, when he's doing that, Okarun realizes there's a few things he only has a few options. One, they have to take care of the worm god. So what he does while the worm god is preoccupied or distracted in some form or shape or way, helps Momo Ayase escape back up into the main household, so that way she can go get help or whatever. And then he decides from there, along with Turbo Granny, which Turbo Granny is also there in her cat form.
Got stuck.
Yeah, got stuck, and Okarun stays in there to try to save Gigi, who's been overtaken and possessed, by battling Gigi. And this battle is pretty epic.
Quite good.
It was quite good. This battle was pretty good. At first, you really think Okarun doesn't really have a chance, because and I won't say he couldn't be as powerful as Gigi, but because Turbo Granny isn't possessing Okarun's body to use Okarun as a medium or anything to fight, whereas the evil eye is doing that for Gigi, Okarun doesn't have the experience necessary in order to bring out the full power of Turbo Granny's power to combat Gigi in that way. So Okarun, luckily, he is smart. He's intelligent. So he uses that to his advantage to beat the evil eye, who technically is still has the mindset of a child.
I like how he beat him. You know.
Yeah.
He knew what he needed to do. He knew he was faster. Well, to a point, to an extent.
Uh-huh. So he beat he just beat him with like short speed, but used his speed in order to kick out power, which was really smart.
Because he's fast as fuck. Boy.
Yes. Hello, Kobo.
It is said later in season 2 that even though Okarun is faster, that Evil Eye is even faster. It's just that Evil Eye wasn't expecting that from him, I guess.
No, that's not that. That's not it.
That's not it?
No, Okarun is definitely faster.
Turbo Granny's fucking super fast.
Okay,
he can't utilize it all. He can't utilize it at all yet.
Turbo Granny did say that, but at that time, Evil Eye was expected. And,
Yeah, but that's not what you said. You said later in season 2, Evil Eye is still faster. That's not the case. Later,
remember when he went through the whole
after the power up,
yes, faster.
Yeah, after the power up, yes. I meant to say at that moment. That is my bet. Let me clarify. Assholes.
No, if you know on this podcast, if you say something stupid or wrong, we're gonna call you on it. So don't be mad.
It wasn't wrong.
Mad. It was wrong. You said you slipped.
I gotta clarify.
Yo, what's up, Xantar?
He wouldn't. Oh shit! Is he stalking the chat?
He's in the chat, and he said no, it was wrong. It was wrong.
You said I was wrong.
Xantar, Google.
Xantar.
Okay.
But regardless, yes, at that moment, Gigi and Evil Eye were more powerful than Okaroon.
Yeah, he never should have won that first fight against him.
But like I said, he used his brain to win that fight, whereas Evil Eye still has the mindset of a child. So
much like you.
Says the man who's slowly decrepiting.
Decrepiting?
Yes, decrepiting.
Words are hard.
Yes, decrepiting. I said
decrepitization. Decrepitization.
If we're talking about the first Granny versus, how do we like your Granny versus Evil Eye fight? Wait, which fight are you talking about? You talk about, because we're strictly talking about season 2, where Okaroon fought him. Mm-hmm. And Okaroon fought him at least this point like multiple. In season 2, Okaroon fought Evil Eye like multiple times.
We're not to the point.
So
where,
what are you talking about, Xantar?
You're talking about the end of the season 2, damn near.
I just wanted him to clarify. That's why I asked him.
Oh, got it.
But yeah, so Okaroon ends up fighting Evil Eye, and he gets stuck down there with Evil Eye and Turbo Granny as everything started to close in on him or whatever. And then we don't know what happens to him at that point. Everything shifts to Momo, and I believe she killed the worm with the help of Momo killed the worm, and then when the worm died,
with the help of the
alien, right?
Yeah, not just the alien. Wasn't she helped by the priest as well?
Yes, she killed the worm.
She was helped by the priest and the alien to fight Evil Eye, but I mean, she killed the worm.
She killed the worm herself.
With Gigi's how you say, helpful tip.
Yeah. So the worm died. She uses the worm's body to put out all the fire and magma that was erupting from the volcano. Like whatever it was, that worm, whatever secretion the worm was spitting out, use that to douse the flames, and then from there, out of nowhere, Evil Eye. First of all, they never explain this, and this really irritates me. How did Evil Eye get out?
Here he comes. Hey, it's okay.
He was loose. He wasn't stuck in the goo.
He wasn't stuck in the goo, but he was stuck in the thing. He was stuck on the ground.
Yeah, think about it. He is very athletic, bro. He could have just jumped out of there.
He could have, but they never showed how. So it doesn't, even if that's still speculation at that point. Excuse me. So it still begs the question: how? They never showed it.
How?
I think because he could tell when people are powerful. Maybe he just sensed the freaking worm. Speculation, though.
I just want you to know, though, no, it still doesn't say how he got out of there. That's all I'm saying. They never say how he did it. They never showed. We never even got an explanation. He just showed up and started trying to fight Momo.
Yep.
That's all we had. And the only reason he got stopped is because Grandmom and the alien showed up and put a stop to Gigi and suppressed the Evil Eye within them, along with the mannequin dude.
You talking about old skippity paps, man, with the gloves. Mm-hmm. Giving the left and the right.
So without them, Momo probably would have got beat the snot out of by Evil Eye. Let's be real. Like, she lucked out. But in the end, everybody got saved. Then, and Momo realized, wait, what happened to Okaroon? She flipping out, freaking out. She goes to find him. Luckily, Okaroon's alive with Turbo Granny. And this is where you start seeing, you start seeing signs of it beforehand in the first season, but this is where you really start seeing how Momo is becoming more aware of her feelings for Okaroon.
Okay.
Huh?
Oh yeah. What about the end of season 2? Ooh, jealousy explosion.
Well, we didn't even get that far, Kobo. Why we jumping? Stop jumping.
I'm sorry. Like that. I'll save that discussion. I'll save it.
Like I said, Momo really starts realizing you start to see that Momo is realizing she has feelings for Okaroon. To some extent.
Well, it's not that she doesn't realize it, it's that she refuses to acknowledge it. She knows right away. I mean, he's literally got the name, and all the signs in the first season, all the signs are pointing to it. So she knows, she just doesn't want to believe it. She's like, no, he's not so and so. He's not the one, but he is.
Yo, even Xantar told you
that she objectifies
told you to stop jumping.
But it's just
Xantar could jump in here and tell me himself. All right.
He may be at work.
It's not that she wants to believe that she likes him. It's just that she doesn't want to put 2 and 2 together because she thinks they're good friends.
Mm-hmm.
Mm.
And the other thing is, she has this whole idea of what a Ken Takakura should be like, who she wants to fall in love with, which is funny because that is actually Okaroon's real name. She still can't get over that. So that eats at her. You can tell. That's why she never calls him his actual name, calls him Okaroon. It's just the funniest thing, bro.
Yo, you gotta stop jumping, my man.
You know what? I'm gonna jump anytime I want. I'm gonna jump. I didn't know where we were. I came in late, Xantar. I came in late.
Better be careful. The knees.
Cold outside and our knees are bad. We're old, bro. You can't jump.
It's not even just that. Kobo got glass ankles. He can't jump. He can't jump.
Yeah. The words, they are bitter verbs.
I can't really talk because I'm busy, but yeah, you can't be jumping, bro.
Yeah, Kobo got glass ankles. He know he shouldn't be jumping.
Shit, my ankles are
jumping like that anymore, Cobalt.
Fuck, I'm in better shape than you fools. Get fucked.
Just because I'm big don't mean I ain't in shape.
Listen, you're in the shape round. What's up, motherfucker? I'm just kidding. No, you're in shape. I've seen you cut a rug. You're definitely in shape.
I ain't gonna lie though. I am trying to lose some weight before I go to Japan this year, but I ain't trying to be the big dude trying to squeeze in them small houses.
He talking about his little self.
No, you still kind of look up to me. Don't do that. yeah. You're not as short as some of our. You're not as short as Berserk, but you ain't taller than me. Let's be real.
Listen, he be punching at your knees.
You're shorter than I thought you were. Okay, let's put it there.
That's fine. That is fine. I'm still taller than you.
That's why I'm calling you little, because I thought you were taller.
I'm exactly 6 feet, bro. I never denied nor confirmed I was taller than anybody else. The tallest person in our friend group is Doug. Doug is a big man.
I ain't ready to see that giant yet.
Yo, well, guess what? He's coming to DreamCon, so you are going to see him.
I know.
Dude, you're going to have to talk to him about the car sales. That boy is out there fucking working it. You see his shit?
I've seen his stuff. I'm not talking to him about new car sales. I told him, look, use a car salesman, leave me out of it.
Nah, I like him as a car salesman. I'd buy a car from that fool.
I would buy a car from him, but at the same time, he kind of sleazy looking. It's like, no, he can't.
No, you know who he works with.
Yeah, I know who he works with. Let's not talk about it. Let's not even bring that person up. Anyway, but yeah, no. So we move on to them getting back to the house, them trying to help save Gigi by exterminating, or what do you call it? Yeah, exterminating the evil eye. Right?
Mm-hmm.
Or exercising the evil eye, not exterminating, it's exercising the evil eye. And Gigi, and don't get me wrong, I understand the evil eye story is very, very, his backstory is sad. It is. But at the same time, Gigi was pissing me off.
He's a fucking monster.
Gigi
Right.
was pissing me off, bro. He's so sad. I'm like, Gigi, he wants to kill everybody.
Mm-hmm.
You're like, dude, you're making the choice to put everyone in just the fucking doghouse because you feel bad for this thing.
Here's
Come
the
on,
thing.
dude. Come on.
Here's the thing.
I just want to play with him because he wants to be played with. Okay.
Here's the thing. Evil
that.
Eye literally is an evil motherfucker. Whereas Turbo Granny's really not that evil compared to him.
Oh no, Turbo Granny's evil. She's just incapable of being full evil right now.
No, even that. No, Turbo Granny was helping the women that was. No, Turbo Granny's really not that evil because she was helping those women that died or were killed and murdered pass on.
You know, Turbo Granny is also an adult, though. You know,
yeah, but Turbo
Granny, she has far more discernment than a child. The child, yeah.
But let's be real.
That plays a big character.
But let's be real. Turbo Granny isn't as evil.
Turbo Granny was a cat, though.
Yeah, she is right now. No, you're not wrong. She is a cat right now. She is. But I'm just saying, Turbo Granny, when she had full powers before they defeated her, right? She is an evil being. But at the same time, she was helping all those women that were tragically killed and teenagers pass on. Let's be real.
She had her thing. She had her reasons.
All right. I'll give you that one. I still think, though, you know, the only difference between her and him is that she's fucking has discernment. He doesn't.
Yeah. Don't get me wrong. She's still a prick.
Don't get me wrong. Fuck that bitch still, but, you know.
Like, Turbo Granny still don't, like, Turbo Granny all about herself. Let's be real. If it ain't benefiting her, she ain't helping. And which, okay, at least that's how I feel too. Because eventually, in season 2, after Gigi then rejects the exorcism and decides to keep it, everybody ends up staying inside Momo's house with her grandmom and them. And I mean everybody that has powers, in order to help keep Gigi in check and the evil eye in check. Okarun fought this. Okarun, excuse me, with the help of everybody else, has fought this dude multiple times at this point.
Yeah, well, no, they have a fighting schedule now. You know,
well, that's not to the point yet. They still get that's another couple episodes ahead, but yeah.
We're in that area. We're in that area. It was to the point that
we're at that point.
Yeah, Okarun was like,
in the head.
Okarun said to Turbo Granny, I want to get stronger. Yeah, whatever. I want to get stronger. So what does Turbo Granny do? Which I was actually shocked she actually even did this.
Yeah.
She took him somewhere to train against other spirits and apparitions.
Well, she basically said that she hated seeing him getting his ass whooped because using her power.
Yeah.
She was just like, I need you to learn to use it because you're just getting your ass whooped.
What did she say? She said, you have barely scratched the surface of my abilities and powers. I am far stronger than Evil Eye.
Mm-hmm. Far faster.
You got to think.
He's like, you need to get your speed up, boy.
You got to remember, didn't she summon freaking like other like minions and shit whenever they first?
Nah, she was just paired with the local deity, which was a crab or something like that.
Okay, never mind. He summoned all the people. That's I forgot about that.
She ended up merging or pairing with that to get more powerful. Which, don't get me wrong, she was already powerful on her own, but because she was working alongside that deity, she was kind of like infinitely, exponentially more powerful than she needed to be. So, but moving on from there, the reason she did that, and she explained to Okarun, is not that you're lacking in power, because you have all my power. You lack experience. You lack know how to use my power, and it's your tempo. It's your pacing. and I ain't gonna lie, at that point I was kind of confused. I was like, what does she mean by that? Then she goes on to explain that the other two are they're steps ahead of them.
Better control.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah, better control.
You just got to say it right, bro. Bro has no rhythm. White boy got no rhythm. That's all I got to say. Like,
this is why you're supposed to be here in the first place, to be dropping that kind of shit.
Well, that's the truth.
But he
that's
just dropped it. He did just drop it, though.
He fights at a 3 beat. She fights at an 8, and he fights at a 16 or something like that. It's just like, it's very simple.
Mm-hmm. So Turbo Granny takes him to get trained against these musical Mozart, whatever, apparitions or whatever. And it forces him to start using his beat and tempo at a faster rate. To the point that now he's on equal terms or faster, or should I say faster than Evil Eye. So what does he do once he does this training and defeats it? And not even that, unfortunately they never showed it, but they got caught in the same thing twice because somebody
they expressed because the Turbo Granny actually stepped on the thing. They showed that they were going to do it accidentally twice.
So they trained more. They technically trained multiple times with the same beings. But once they get back to the house, it's late.
Boy said, "Come outside."
And Okarum like, hey, run me my fade. Like Okarum like, yo, come out here, bro. Right? I'm gonna beat the snot out of Evil Eye. Okarum transforms. Evil Eye. Gigi lets what is it? Cold water or hot water jump on him, and he turns into Evil Eye.
Yeah.
And
I think it's just water in general.
No, hot. I think cold water turns him back. Hot water turns him into Evil Eye.
Yeah.
I thought it was reverse.
Oh yeah, no, it is reverse. I'm sorry.
It is.
Cold liquid turns him into Evil Eye. Hot liquid turns him into back into Gigi.
Yeah, he shares that in common with Noel. You know.
I'm done. Some good character progression in between that the first situation where they got home and then now at this point. Just anybody who,
Yeah, so this is part of the character progression that me and Noel were talking about earlier. Now Okarum has had some progression, and it's not the only time he's going to have it, but this is
Gigi.
Gigi too. But definitely you see the growth for Okarum more than Gigi, in my opinion.
Oh yeah.
Whereas now Okarum puts up this challenge. Him and Okarum and Evil Eye go at it. All right, this battle is crazy epic, bro. We haven't seen Okarum move this fast since he started, and they going at it. They back and forth, kicks, jumping, hitting, attacking, and then like you could just see the difference in Okarum's level now, because at this point he starts to overwhelm Evil Eye with his speed. To the point that Evil Eye thought he had him and was finishing him. Nah, Okarum vanished out of nowhere and appeared over top of him and finished off Evil Eye in that fight. I was like, okay, Okarum. I see you, sir. And now we're at the point, but I will say Okarum still he still lacks the physical stamina to keep it up. That's where he falls short.
Well, I mean,
compared
he's still
to Gigi.
working out though.
Like I said earlier.
I mean, he's a lot better this time. You saw him running back, so he's back on it now.
Yeah, but this is where I was saying that better. This is what I was saying earlier. You missed this, Kobo. Gigi's like the perfect host, which is why Evil Eye took him over.
Oh yeah, like super athletic, has high spiritual fucking ability. Yeah, dude, he's the dream of any fucking entity. So yeah.
Perfect host.
Yeah, it also sucks that like since like Okarum's the main character and like Gigi's his like love rival.
Yeah.
That like he's like perfect in every fucking way.
Yeah, but it gets to the point that like And it was like that at first, but then it gets to the point where you see that Momo doesn't feel the same way that she used to when she was younger about Gigi. And like you see now her feelings for Okarun are blossoming in multiple ways. One, the car ride home. She constantly she is constantly trying to hold hands with Okarun. Okarun's like, "What are you doing? Stop! You're confusing me." Yada yada yada. And she said, "Well, I want to hold." And she basically just blurted out saying, "I want to do this. I want to hold hands." But they get interrupted, obviously midway, which I was like, "God damn it!" And then Momo gets a part-time job, right? Momo gets a part-time job.
Oh, that episode was hilarious.
Okarun didn't know that her friends were taking him to see her at the part-time job because he didn't know she had one. And he's like, "Yeah, I'm into this or whatever," but being shy and bashful. She's very embarrassed at the whole thing. But then when they are leaving, she tells Okarun, "You don't have to wait for me." But as her shift is over, she's looking around for him, right? And then out of nowhere, then she thinks, okay, he didn't wait for me or he's not here. Okarun runs up out of nowhere, like, "Yeah, I was at a different I was at a comic book cafe or something like that," and they walk home together holding hands. Momo's excuse was, "Oh, it's cold." I'm like, "Bitch." Can't be honest with
straight up. What the fuck?
Like, you can't be honest with your feelings, Momo.
What if it was honestly just cold? Like.
Well, it was cold.
I want to hold your hand, but it's also cold.
What if it was cold?
Crazy thing was, I mean, Xantar's right. It was just cold. It was just cold. You can see their breath and stuff. It was. I'm not gonna lie. Oh man! But after all that, they end up going. They're like I said, they're staying with Gigi, and at the house. But then eventually, Gigi gets to the point. Or they get to the point where, like I said, they defeat Evil Eye and get Evil Eye to come to the agreement of only fighting on the fighting schedule that Kobo was talking about. Now we're at the fighting schedule.
Fighting on Tuesdays.
Fighting every Tuesday, blah, blah, blah. Evil Eye can't do anything against anybody else until he defeats Okarun. But if Okarun keeps defeating him, Evil Eye is not allowed to mess with anyone else or attack anyone else but Okarun. So, I think I said that right. Yeah, so with that being said, the fighting schedule commences once every week. And the reason why Okarun does this because you realize he still doesn't have, he's more powerful now and he's faster, but he still doesn't have the stamina for his body to maintain a long-standing fight. Because after he does beat Evil Eye and after the training, man, you could see his legs was about to give out under him. He was tired.
Oh yeah, he's hit his limit for sure.
Yeah, he was tired. Because he used All Out twice. Yeah, he was tired, bro. And so that's just so it was a good way. That's how but that also really shows how young-minded Evil Eye is, because Okarun was easily able to trick him. Evil Eye was
the manipulation was simple.
Mm-hmm. He still has the mindset of a child, so it was definitely easy to trick Evil Eye into that battle schedule. And then from there, there was no longer a need for everybody to stay together at the house. Gigi's parents came out of their coma or whatever. They were better. Gigi went home. Everybody else started going home and packing their stuff up and everything. But at that instance, that's where you see another instance of Momo being all lovey-dovey with Okarun. Because Okarun was just going to dip. Let's be real. Okarun was like, all right, I'm out. And at that point, Momo was like, "So you got nothing else to say to me?" And was doing all this like affectionate love tap stuff with him, and he was genuinely, and you could see it on his face. What, like, didn't he look genuinely confused at first?
So confused, bro. So fucking confused. Yeah, he just don't see it, you know?
Yeah, but at the same time,
He's
like,
naive in that way. As intelligent as he is, he's naive in that way. Which,
Yeah,
I mean, that's kind of the trope anyway, you know?
mm-hmm. But at the same time, he has to realize, like, there's something to him, obviously, because as geeky and, like, a geeky and weird and alone as he's been before, there's something there about him, because not only her, but the other girl is into him, to the point that the other girl was like, "Hey, get your hands off my man!" Like, y'all not even dating. Like,
oh yeah, but no, it's a weird harem approach to the anime, and
and it's funny because what's the other girl's name? I keep forgetting her name, but she takes every chance or instance to cling to Okaroon, bro. It is the funniest thing, bro.
Okaroon says it a lot, but he says it in the proper way. Like he says miss something.
Yeah,
whatever her name is.
Bro. I should just look it up, but I don't feel
It's
like
Akari? Is it Akari? No, it's not Akari.
Man, let me look it up. Screw it.
It's Ira.
What'd you say?
Ira.
Thank you.
It's Ira. That's what it is. Yeah.
Thank you, Xantar. I appreciate you. I was just about to look it up, like, screw it. I didn't feel like it at first, but but yeah, Miss Ira. And she has her own, which we covered her in season 1. She has her own powers too, which is really cool. You know, she's pretty powerful herself in a more acrobatic way. But moving forward at this point, you know, it's just they have a regular episode slapstick and everything, but then they hear a rumor about one of Okaroon's missing balls. And they go chasing after it in an apartment complex, to where at this point now we are introduced to another new character. I ain't gonna lie, he irritates me, bro.
Severely.
This dude irritates the crap out of me, bro. Oh man, Kobo, you wanted
the first episode that showed him, like, fucking made. I was just like, yeah, no. Honestly, I almost didn't watch the last couple episodes because of that. There, I opened up the episode. He's over the comb in his hair. I'm like, bro, what? Huh?
He thinks he's cooler than he is, weirdly enough, but at the same time, he's literally not that cool. It's weird, bro.
Yeah, you got it wrong, Reese. So like, remember when you see
the beginning
of the episode, he's all like sad and depressed, but it's just like he's doing this more of like, I gotta motivate myself because no one's gonna motivate me. He's like
here's the thing.
Like a charisma, bro. I ain't gonna lie.
I respect his self-confidence. I do. But at the same
it's
time,
definitely unfounded. But it's just like it's his defense mechanism, I guess you would call it, because everyone he's very self-aware that he's like a background character.
Yeah, I give you that. Kenta Sakata. That's right. Kenta Sakata. That's his name. And you know, he's not a bad guy. It's just that he starts realizing
he's cringy.
He's a little cringy. Yeah, but then he starts trying to become buddy with Okaroon. After seeing Okaroon has developed relationships with multiple pretty girls, and he's wondering, how did that happen for you and you're like me? So he starts kind of attaching himself to Okaroon and Momo to figure out why, and starts saying like these dirty jokes that he thinks are dirty jokes that is the reason why Okaroon and Momo are so close.
Spicy conversation.
Yeah, spicy conversation. Spicy talk. But like that, we all know the reason they talk like that is not because of that. It's, you know what I mean? Like, so it's just funny that he's trying to like join in the conversation with this. And he says it multiple times. Why does his spicy talk work but mine doesn't? Like, well, because they're not really talking like that in that sense or regard to each other. They're literally talking about something about trying to get his balls back. It's the funniest thing. So he ends up following them on this lead that Momo and Okaroon have to recover one of Okaroon's golden balls. Right, going to an apartment complex. Momo, he follows them. He kind of gets in the way, but they tell him, "Hey, just watch our bags and stay here and shut up." So they start chasing this invisible being or the golden ball, but it looks like something invisible has it. So they start chasing it. They power up and everything, using their abilities and everything. They even corner this thing, but the thing overpowers them. It's weird, and you don't know what it is because it's invisible. Like it, but then Kenta helps them realize that it is not invisible. It is cloaking itself, which means it's either a machine or something like it, right? Or some type of being. Come to find out, when they finally end up attacking it and knocking it out, the cloaking disappears, and we get revealed to the fact that it's a kaiju. And this is where things start going crazy. Because it's a kaiju and it uses the power of the ball to what? Giganticize. It becomes ginormous and becomes a full-fledged kaiju. Looking like Godzilla, but not like Godzilla, breathing electricity instead of fire. Very powerful. It can still turn invisible. And thing is crazy. Moving further down, they start battling this thing, and I'm like, in my mind, I'm like, man, y'all Power Rangers trying to take on a Megazord, bro. Like, this don't work, bro. This don't work. That whole fight, I was like, why y'all trying too hard, bro, to beat this thing as huge. This thing is barely taking damage. They was throwing cards and stuff at it, and this thing wasn't like back me up here, guys. Right?
It was
Gojira. It was trademark Gojira. Absolute badass. They couldn't do nothing. It's weird that they brought that character in, but I kind of enjoyed the Godzilla portion of it.
Yeah, same.
But yeah, the new character is very cringe. Very cringe.
Yeah, but don't get me wrong, he ends up kind of helping them to an extent, especially when they transform Momo's house into the giant robot in order to fight the kaiju.
Into a robot.
Like, because they couldn't figure out, they knew how to do it, but they weren't really working together to turn it into the robot or the giant machine or whatever that they needed. Whereas, because that's his type of thing that he's into, he was able to literally put it together with their help, but mostly him, to make that robot. And then they started fighting it, fighting the kaiju or whatever. But everything he was doing, he was doing too much. Whereas, like, in which, like, in their universe, in a manga or whatever that he was reading, like, all the things that he was trying to do, yeah, in a normal sense, that would make people puke or get a headache or a migraine or sick or whatever. He was doing too much, to the point that now Momo was like, all right, that's it. I'm taking over. She uses her poltergeist abilities to make the robot move how she wants it. And I think they ejected him out of the robot, right? And then they finally
kept him in there, I believe.
Oh, did they? Oh, she just took over, right?
I think she just took over, I think.
Yeah. She
and
took
he
over.
Did help at some point, even after.
Yeah, she took over. She was like, get out there. Like, you doing too much. Stop. And they ended up defeating the kaiju. He did help out. Kenta did help out again at the end. But what happened at that point was, excuse me. They ended up getting that. The house ended up falling back a mess. They tried to put the house back to where it was? Nah, it was already too late. And the kaiju shrunk back down to size and was no longer camouflage. And everybody's back at Momo's house. The boys are outside trying to get the golden ball out of the kaiju. And the girls are stuck in the house after it somewhat transforms back into the house. They come out, right? And this is the crazy part. They unzip the kaiju, realizing that the kaiju was a suit. First of all, that blew my mind. It was a suit. I was like,
the whole time too. You're like, seriously?
I'm like, okay, it's a suit. They unzip the suit. When they unzip the suit, is a cute alien girl inside the suit. A cute alien girl is inside the suit. She wakes up, and at this point, when she wakes up, it cuts to Momo coming out the house, like, hey, everybody's okay. She's about to say something to the Okarun and the boys. Cuts back to Okarun and the boys and the girl, and this is how it ends. It ends with the alien girl just jump up, straight up, kissing Okarun after apparently maybe having love at first sight. And this pisses Momo off, and there was a whole explosion of the house behind her.
The house nukes itself.
Yeah,
she crushes the
cube
box that creates the house.
Yeah, she crushes the box or cube that is holding the house together, and it blows up the house. But that's just showing that her reaction to Okarun being kissed by that girl, how it affects her. And it was the funniest thing ever, bro.
I think it's more like maybe in future sight it's going to be like one of those, like she had to kiss him to like learn the language.
It could
be kind of like Starfire and Robin.
It could be, but we won't know until season 3. Because that is literally the cliffhanger we were left on for season 2. I mean, that is literally our cliffhanger.
That's how they get you.
Oh man, that was, and at that point I was like, "Oh, so this is where we gonna live? This is where we done? This is it? This is it?" I was like, "Screw you guys, I'm going home." I was literally irritated. I was like, "Wow." Now I'm mad. This is how we gonna end. This is the cliffhanger. We don't get to see Momo crash out. Nothing. I was like, wow.
Cliffhanger's been crazy lately.
Good end though.
Yeah, definitely good end. But I will say, R.I.P. Ira. She blew up with the house.
She's gone now.
She was in the house when it blew up. I mean, obviously, she probably survived. It was just funny to think that she was in there because she had to go to the bathroom, and the house just was like, boom. Oh man, but that's
she ain't gonna be in Down 3.
Yeah. I'm done.
She ain't gonna be in Down 3.
But that's the summary of season 2 of Don to Don. Season 2 was actually pretty good. I'm not gonna lie. I think they're doing the show very animating the show. I think they're doing it justice, especially compared to the manga. They're really making it a good anime, especially when derived from a manga. What makes it good, in my opinion, is how it's adapted, and the way the story is told, and the way the animation moves, and how they move not only the story along but the characters. There's other stuff that goes into that too, obviously. But when you're taking something from a page and turning it into emotion, it's all about how you adapt it from that point. And they're doing really well with Down to Don. I'm not gonna lie, they're really doing well. And they're and from what I know, they're staying true to the story. So, what do you guys think? How do you feel about season 2 overall?
Season 2, in my opinion, was a lot better than season. I mean, there's good fights and everything, good character progression in the
Season 2
first
was
one,
good.
but
I don't think it was as good as one though. I
I'm
think
not.
the first season was best.
I mean that. I can hear that. I can see that. I can see why you would say that.
yeah. I don't know. I got into
Season 1 was
season 2
pretty
more
good.
than I did 1, but you know,
Season 1 was definitely pretty good, but I think it's because season 2 we had less characters being introduced, whereas we had a lot of characters being introduced in season 1. But season 2, not less characters, probably around just a little bit less characters. But I think like season 3 is going to have a lot more going on than season 2 did. That's just my opinion. And I felt like season 2 was shorter than season 1. I think it was.
So like the season 1 had the Turbo Granny first person backstory episode.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Yeah, that they didn't have something that reached that level of heights.
Yeah, they didn't. Not
in the
season 2.
second season, I think. But
Not
then
saying it
again,
was-
like it's I do love the maid cafe where friends were just like,
Man.
yo.
it
Yo,
wasn't to the point of Turbo
They was
Granny,
messing
but
with her so hard in the cafe, bro.
but the
They was
evil,
messing with
the
her
evil
so hard.
eye, the evil eye arc wasn't, not too far behind Turbo Granny story.
Yeah, but I'll be honest with you, bro. Let's be real. The Turbo Granny story was amazing.
It was.
The animation for that, they did that animation justice, especially the chase scene.
She screams out, "I'm gonna gobble your dong." All right, that shit's like iconic. All right,
And
Forgot about that. That
horrifying.
was
like,
iconic.
yeah,
Golly.
you forget
said
her
the
dialogue
wrong
was wild, bro.
I meant to say the Turbo Silky backstory where she was all first person.
Oh yeah,
I said the wrong person.
I forgot about that. But no, but the Turbo.
That's what I was talking about. It's like that emotional level
Mhm.
that they don't reach that level in season 2.
He's
So
right.
that's why I give it a season 1.
He's
Same.
right. But yeah, season 1, it was definitely what needed to be done for people for it to get a season 2 and everything. That breakout was really good. It was, bro. Turbo Granny alone was just a good arc. That was a good arc itself.
I mean that, and I also want to point out music in season 1.
Yeah, music was fun.
Versus
Hey,
season
hold on. Look out here. That the band, the Exorcist band that came to try to get Evil out of Gigi, I ain't gonna lie, out of a banger.
It was a banger,
the
but I'm
rock
not
band?
gonna lie. The whole chase scene with the classical music and everything was in season 1 with Turbo
That
Granny
was good
was
too.
phenomenal.
Mhm.
It was so
Yeah.
good. It was like perfect.
Oh no, I was talking about music at that instance, not compared to season 1 or 2.
Yeah, no, I know. I was just saying like the music was great in season 1 too.
Oh yeah, definitely was.
But yeah, man, I gotta say, I'm enjoying. Sorry, I got sidetracked. I gotta say, I'm enjoying Down so far. Interested to see how
Binged it.
season 3 plays out. I mean, animated wise, definitely after that cliffhanger. So we'll see what happens moving forward.
I mean, I binged it damn near in one day, and I understand most people were like, "Oh, he probably had to prepare for this episode." See, that's the funny thing, though. I had multiple days that I could have binged this. No. I decided after watching how the episodes end before the other one, I was like, well, I'm just gonna keep going. This is just fire. I'm just gonna keep on. I mean, sleep is sleep, but I mean, I could sleep when I'm gone. I was like, Don's waiting.
Yeah.
So it's the binge.
Oh man. So, but yeah, good episode, boys. Not next week. I'm just this Tuesday at 8. We're back on our regular schedule. And we'll be discussing Afro Samurai. So it's gonna be I'm gonna talk about a classic anime right there. And one for the books and one to talk about for Black History Month. Afro Samurai is just just one of the animes that you eventually have to watch, bro. It for multiple reasons. For multiple different
I'm
reasons.
watching the wrong anime.
So
I started watching Samurai Champloo, thought it was the same thing.
No,
I'm done.
my God,
I'm cooked.
no.
I'm cooked. I'm cooked.
I mean, that's a good
hilarious.
anime too. You know, you can rock that.
No, we already talked about.
Almost
We
said
already
Afro
did. We already
Samurai.
did an episode on Samurai Champloo.
Yeah.
Did y'all do? Oh, okay.
Yeah,
That's hilarious.
yeah. Afro Samurai, my boy. Afro Samurai.
Afro Samurai. All right, bet. Well, I'm watching Samurai Champloo now too. So if I get,
Hey, that's a great fucking anime. So you're fine.
Yeah. But all right, good episode, boys. Anybody want to say anything before we get out of here?
binge it.
I got some. We cover a lot of different animes, and there's so many animes out that are derivative of each other that it gets old fast. I like Dan to Dan because it's something new, something fresh, something unique. And you don't always get that in the season. When you do, it's something to celebrate. It's definitely a solid anime. I would watch it, if for nothing else than just the music score or the comedy, you know? The story itself is unique. It has all the makings of what will be a great anime.
True that.
So definitely a binge. Definitely a binge.
All right. Well, good episode, boys. I say it's definitely a binge. Can't wait for season 3. I believe they did confirm season 3. I don't remember what year they said. It's definitely not this year though, but
Yeah, it's probably gonna be 2027. Yeah.
mm-hmm. So, but yeah, it definitely is getting a season 3. They're not going to just leave us hanging after that cliffhanger. I know that much.
Right.
But all right, we'll be back on Tuesday for Afro Samurai. See you guys then. As always, I'm your boy Ideal Tone, and I'm always glad to make that known. And we will be back on Tuesday at 8 Eastern Time. Catch y'all later. Peace out.
Peace.